Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to my blogs. I hope you're finding them informative for you. I don't ramble on too long. I like to keep them short so you're not sitting there for 12 hours listening to stuff, and keep it to the point, basically. Now I'm going to talk about urine therapy and people who are doing urine therapy, and can you do drugs with it? Now, a lot of people ask me this question because they're on medications and they're afraid of practicing urine therapy to try and do this alternative method rather than stay on the merry-go-round of drugs. Now, this question's been debated about at the world conferences and also written about in books, and it's not recommended to do drugs whilst drinking your urine. And the principle behind that is you're re-ingesting parts of that medication back into the system. So you can actually have a second hit. However, there are certain drugs that you can do. There are people that are on medication that they can't stop and actually are doing urine therapy. And what they're doing is they're having less use or less need for that drug. So their dosages are slowly getting less and less and less, and they're weeding themselves off the medication. Because basically, modern medicine is amazing in its ways, but a lot of drugs are toxic, and some of the modern medicines they've designed to have side effects, and these side effects are there so you can purchase more drugs, and the big pharma gets even bigger. And for all those who are in alternative aspects of healing, they don't want to do any form of medication. So, the trick is to try and weed yourself off the drugs. So, I have a couple of people who are diabetic and type 2 diabetes that are doing urine therapy, and they've done all different types. They've gone from drinking just one glass to passing all their urine and drinking everything, and found that they didn't have any side effects or any withdrawals or any bad effects from this. So it's something that I would only recommend you do under supervision. Go to your naturopath or some alternative or natural healer, because I'm sure if you went to your GP or doctor, they'd say absolutely don't do it, as they don't really know much about urine therapy or they're very dead against it. I'm on warfarin, for instance. I had open heart surgery, so I take warfarin, but it hasn't affected my dosage. I still drink, and it doesn't change anything. Usually, the point of it is to slowly weed yourself off the dosages, and your dosage will become less and less and less and less until you don't need the drug. But there are certain drugs that you need to be on, and it's not a case of having to be off them. It can be quite dangerous to stop. But the beauty of urine therapy is it helps build up your immune system. It helps in so many other ways. So why can't it work with what you're doing? One might counteract one thing, but it's still actually good. And from research, your urine has been purified as well. So you don't get the sort of the toxicity out of the drug as well a lot of the time. This has been proven from Aztec days, because back in the day they used to pick the hallucinogenic leaf and give it to the women to eat, because they would have the side effects of feeling sick and vomiting and so forth, and which was a natural side effect of this plant before they go into a hallucinogenic state, because it was a toxic leaf. But what the men would do would then capture the urine from the women and drink that urine and actually get high and have the hallucinogenic aspect without the side effects. So this goes to show what urine does. It actually purifies some of that and takes out the poisons and cleans it, but you still get the kickback. So it might actually be a bit more beneficial for you in certain cases. But I'm not a doctor, and I don't say I am one, and by all means, you have to be your own doctor. You have to listen to your own self, listen to your body. Only you know your body, your true state of your body. And a proper doctor will know, that will listen to you in the sense that you know your own body. And if your body says, no, this is not working, then don't do it. But if your body's saying it's working, work it. And, there's people ask about the placebo effect of it. Is it the placebo effect? Well, placebo effect works both ways as well. If you believe in your doctor and he gives you this magic pill and you believe this magic pill is going to work, chances are that that's going to work very effectively, even if it was a sugar tablet. But if you don't believe in modern medicine and you don't believe in your doctor and he gives you this pill, and it might be a great pill that works for many people, but if you don't believe in it, it can counteract its effect. And that's the strange thing about placebo. It works both directions. So, it's just a case of trial and error, and go slow and listen to your body and listen to your diseases and listen to your health system and see how you feel and how you react, and depending on what you've got, and then probably get more regular checks to see if that's playing any difference if you're really concerned about it. But from the people I've met, I've found that it had little or no effect on the medications that they were doing, but it had a huge effect on their ability, on their energy, on their spirituality, on their sleeping, and they were feeling much more healthier than before. Someone asked me about diabetes and can urine therapy cure diabetes. Well, we all know diet can actually cure that. If you're eating well, start a proper diet, and that's something, thus you'll need to go to your nutrition. If you've ever seen Sick, Fat and Nearly Dead, who did the juicing diet, that goes to prove the point that food should be your first medicine, and done right and eating right and using nutrition, it's a really good first call of medicine. There's many things. Now, urine is another thing which has got antidotes and antibodies and other things in it too, which can basically help as a supplement along the way. You don't necessarily need to go gung-ho and just go, I'm strict in just urine therapy. You can mix it with supplements. If you're needing other supplements in your body, it can and help with all those sort of things. It goes well. Just because you're just doing urine doesn't mean you have to not, do your vitamins and your minerals and your essential substances from food. You just do both. Get your body as optimum healthy as possible. So, so that's all I want to sort of talk about. Keep them short so you're not watching them forever and a day, but there is many other blogs about urine therapy, so I invite you to subscribe and join in the clan and watch all the other ones, and hopefully when I finish the film, that'll give you some insight all about urine therapy, because I've spent 4 or 5 years researching and meeting medical professionals and herbalists and urine therapy specialists and everybody, and personal testimonials on this subject. So once you go down that rabbit hole, it's a bit hard to go back. Well, enjoy, and here's to good health, and I hope all goes well. Thanks. Bless you.